Alright guys, we are here at the Gym 80 headquarters. As you know, my own vintage gym is fully equipped with Gym 80 equipment, but that's not what we're here for. We're actually going to do a chest workout. As I want to work on the chest more and more, obviously you guys know the legs are a priority, but the chest in classic physique is very important. Who doesn't want an incredible chest when building their physique? So the nice opportunity we have here is we can train a lot of different movements, try different machines, and I'm going to show you exactly how I like to build my chest up to the maximum possibility during this growing phase. And the first movement is actually going to be this one. There's a high probability I'm going to get this one for the gym as well. It is an inner chest press. Yes, I know, the inner chest you can't really train separately, but you can train the mind-muscle connection a lot better with this machine as opposed to a regular chest press. So this is a laying down version, but you will soon see the uniqueness of this motion. As you can see right here, it's kind of a combination of a fly and a press. So here you get a very good stretch in the chest, and here an enormous contraction. So that's the unique part of this movement. And always when you train the chest, start with a light weight. Feel, do I have any strange injuries or feelings or niggles in my body? Or do the shoulders feel good? Does the chest feel good? The elbows, the triceps? And if yes, then you can move up in weight, but always test out whether your body is ready for the workout, because if not, you might want to move to a different movement. But you can already see the stretch here is incredible, and the contraction even more. So yeah, there's a high probability I'm gonna get this one for a vintage gym. This also is a movement that's incredible. Ooh, it's already getting heavy for the pump. Ooh. And starting out a workout with a good pump is what you want, because the better the pump, the better the stretch will be on the next motions you're going to do. So this one is absolutely incredible to create a very good contraction, easy mind-muscle connection for people with trouble feeling the chest. This is a great way to train the chest, feel it out, get a good pump, and then the mind-muscle connection with the pump on the next movements will be a lot easier as well. Yeah, this one feels pretty incredible. As you can see, if we can get some good lighting, the pump is definitely there. And that's what you want after the first movement. The better the pump, the better the stretch will be. And we all know the stretch will cause muscle growth. And let's move on to the second movement. But before we do, I'm going to show you guys what exercise I like to do if you don't have this particular machine to start your workout with. Let's go. Now, I know that not everybody has this first exercise. This machine is pretty unique. I do, however, recommend the gym owner to get it. But if you don't have it, you can also use a cable fly. But make sure that if you have a normal cable machine, you have to stand forward so that the cables are actually pulling you back. Not from the side, but from the back. And with this one, you know, if you have adjustable handles, you can already put them in this position. But for example, if you have a regular cable stack, it might be something like this. So it's this far apart. What you want to do is you want to go forward as much as possible, as much as a stack allows, and then push forward. It kind of looks like a press, as you can see, but you still get a very nice stretch and a nice contraction here. So this is a very nice way to mimic that first motion I did. It still takes the shoulders quite out of it and takes the triceps out of it, but mostly you're doing the chest. It's a great way to start a chest workout, kind of pre-fatigue before going to the heavier motion like we did at the incline we're going to do after this. So just make sure the stretch is there, the contraction is there, so you get a very good pump before moving on to the second movement. Next movement, I always would recommend to do an incline movement within your chest workouts. When have we ever heard anyone say your upper chest is too big for the rest? That never happens. The upper chest, that shows off the quality of the chest. Yes, in the first movement you saw the whole chest was contracting, but you felt it more in the mid chest, and the upper chest is literally a separate muscle from the lower chest. So with this one on an angle, you can actually use the upper chest. So let's do this. very important for the upper chest is you don't want to sit down too low, because if you do, your front delt will be involved quite a lot. So it's a balance in between tucking the elbows in and really still targeting the upper chest without the triceps doing like too much work. So don't go flare your elbows all the way out. Don't tuck them all the way in, but somewhere in between where it feels most comfortable, and you can still feel the upper chest contract and stretch. So always stretch all the way down, especially on movements like a Smith machine bench press. Some people, they don't go all the way down. Trust me, the deeper you go, the better it'll be for chest growth. If you have shoulder pain then a motion like this, chest press with handles that go outwards and inwards to mimic the natural motion of the chest will be better. The quality of a machine you can determine by how little weight you have to use to actually go to failure. So I only put 35 kilos on each side and it's already very heavy. Like on a regular Smith machine, I would probably go up to 150, 160 maybe at this moment. And here it's like 70 of weights added. So quite a big difference. And it's not so much effort putting on and off the weights. Okay. Now the unique stuff about this machine is the drop set function. 30% less weight, allowing for a few more reps. Okay, that's it. Oh, man. Oh. One important cue, especially after the second movement, is your chest should be filled up quite nicely with blood. You should feel quite a nice pump right now. If you don't, then you should try to record your own, yourself doing the movement and see, am I doing it correctly? Because the limiting factor in the movement should be the chest and not all the other muscles. So the more blood that's in your chest, the more you know the chest is actually doing the work, which is a nice proxy for comparing it to, am I actually growing the chest in this session? Because that's, of course, the outcome we want of every workout. All right, instead of an incline chest press, because usually either the gym doesn't have it or people have taken it because it's quite a popular movement to do, I would recommend doing either a Smith machine incline bench press like we're gonna do, or a regular incline bench press or an incline dumbbell press. But I prefer, especially when you train alone, to do the Smith machine. And you know, the bench angle can be very, like you have the flat setting and then one above that is already enough. But I happen to like 2 knots above the flat setting. So pretty much around 30 degrees. If you go up too high, honestly, you will then target the shoulders as well. So you want to avoid that. So here, what you want to do is when you go all the way down, make sure the bar is as close to the chest as possible. Here, feel the incredible stretch. And also, when you look at your arms, it should be pretty straight. Your forearms should be pretty straight when you go all the way down. Feel the stretch, but then don't do this. This is too far up, because right now I'm not doing anything with the chest. So you want to go up until here. So go all the way down, 80% up, and go down again. And then you work the upper chest very, very well as well. All right, so the third movement for me is usually the fly. Why? Because I personally just did 2 pressing movements. We worked on the middle chest, the upper chest, and now it's time to finish off the entire chest with a fly motion. Why is it a nice one to finish off the chest with? Because you pretty much not using any other muscle than the chest itself. So if you now fail, it's not going to be the triceps or the shoulders, it's going to be purely the chest. Then you know for sure that you work the chest to the max, which is always what you want to do. So let's test out first how heavy it is. That's always what you should do if you've not done a machine before. You can use a laying chest fly like this. You can use a peg deck, cable flies. Doesn't really matter as long as you take out the shoulder and the tricep out of the movement. And a tip, what you want to do to make it more difficult, thus more effective, is don't think about putting your hands together. Think about putting your biceps together like this. the squeeze you get is unbelievable. So you see how easy this is. I can do this all day, putting the hands together. We're not powerlifters or weightlifters. It's not about point A to B. It's about how can I make the muscle be tortured as much as possible from point A to point B. And putting the biceps together instead of the hands. That way you ensure the chest is a limiting factor here and it's gonna burn like crazy. Okay, that's it. Oh man. Oh. Now that's heavy. I could have done a lot more reps if I would have kept my hands closer to the body and focus on pushing them together. But this way you don't cheat and you keep the muscle in the motion without, getting other muscles in the way, so to say. Focus on the chest. Okay. Oh. Whew. Man, the pump is there. If you also want to achieve a good pump but actually see the pump, check out Able and use code Wesley to support me and get the best possible gym wear for the lowest possible price and highest possible quality. And always guys, on a serious note, thank you for the always gold support. It truly helps me. The fact that I'm even here doing all this stuff, training at the Gym 80 facility, all this together is all thanks to you guys. So I'm living my best life thanks to you guys, your support, and do my best to show you exactly how I have built this physique so you can maybe learn from it. So once again, thank you for following, but let's keep training. All right, so pretty much every gym in the universe has a pec deck machine like this one. So instead of the flies I did laying down, which was a free weight, free plate movement, so you had plates you can put on there. This is just a regular machine version. The pec deck, as I mentioned, every gym has this, and always the same rule applies. So don't do like this short motion. Try to extend the arms, really work on that squeeze, bring the biceps together rather than the fingers and the knuckles. So this feels way better. So get that stretch all the way, contraction all the way. And even if the pec deck is not free, then simply use a regular cable flies or even a dumbbell flies for that matter. But this one is a very nice, controlled, safe motion to be able to train the chest with and finish it off with. So the pec deck, cable flies, dumbbell flies, laying flies on the machine, you can all use those to make sure you finish off the chest right. So as I mentioned, you can use different kind of flies at the end of your chest workout. And this is one I like a lot. And now that we're here anyway, I might as well use this new Gym 80 machine, the standing one, but you can actually bend forward a little bit to allow to really feel that entire chest as well. But mostly to get a very natural stretch here at the top to ensure your shoulders are not being messed up here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that chest is empty. All right, guys, so these were some of the chest movements I like to do. I actually have them as my favorites to do in this growing phases off season towards my next competition. As I mentioned, every physique looks better with a big, burly chest to do your side chest with, or most muscular with, or just look great walking around in a t-shirt. A big rib cage is always something guys want, so it makes you more confident, makes you look better in a t-shirt or in a tank top, or on the beach, for example. A big chest is always welcome. And these motions, they combine the middle or lower chest, the upper chest, the entire chest together, get a great pump, a great stretch, and that's how you build a proper golden era chest. Anyway, guys, thank you a whole lot for watching. Let me know which muscle group you want to see next. Leave it down in the comments and type chest if you also want a huge chest. Once again, thank you incredibly for the golden support. And don't forget to stay golden.